on the ammo and fixing the gun in there, and it just it does save weight, of course, and that gun is heavy, but it's not heavy enough to where if they add 150-pound person that they need to remove the gun. Like that, I keep hearing people say that. Until I see that in writing somewhere, official writing, that's complete and utter BS. Like with it, almost every one of these aircraft has a 2-seat variant just for training purposes, which is exactly what that Gripen is. It's a training variant. So the only reason it doesn't have a gun is purely, you know, to save on cost, because they didn't make very many of them. There was no reason to put a gun in them, you know, other than practice. And the practice is important. Make no mistake, almost all of our trainers have guns in them. You have to practice shooting them because you don't shoot them very often. So you really do, when that practice comes, it's very important. But it is expensive. Those bullets aren't cheap. The guns aren't cheap. They're expensive to maintain. You know, all that kind of stuff, especially if they fail and things like that. But anyway, I kind of digress. I heard that. I've been hearing that a lot lately. At first, I thought it was a joke, and I think it was a joke. And then I think people kind of took it and ran with it. Like, oh, well, it doesn't have a gun because it's got a second person and it's too heavy. That's utter nonsense. Like I said, at most, these pilots weigh maybe 200 pounds. Any more than that, and they usually don't make the cut, right? They can't handle the G forces and stuff. If you're too heavy, if you're too big, too much mass, it can affect that. So most of these guys are very kind of like if I had my normal weight on, you know, 150, 170, 180 pounds, probably tops, 200, like I said, maybe if they're working out a lot and, you know, kind of big. But again, you don't really want that either. You want to be strong, but you don't want to be overly bulky because those cockpits are tight. There's not a lot of room. You want to make sure you can reach everything, all that kind of stuff. So again, these guys aren't heavy enough to warrant the removal of stuff from the aircraft. Like the weight and balance isn't that tight. Do we calculate the weight and balance every day? 100% before every flight. But I can promise you that our weights never change, and they never really affect the weight and balance like these weapons do. And the fuel is what it's all about. You know, that's what we're really calculating: how much fuel we're carrying, how much we need to carry, how much the airplane's going to weigh once we burn it off, all that kind of stuff. So yes, that's complete myth until I can see like actual written confirmation of it. The fact that the Gripen does not have a gun because it has a second pilot is nonsense. What's up, Revan? Or what's up, Fortune? Reading the wrong thing there, man. How are you doing, man? Yeah, a little bit. I was just talking about, I got my squadron points, and I'm researching the new MiG-29, but I messed up because, again, like, I love this game because I'm a trophy hunter, man. I like collecting things. I like getting all the event vehicles if I can, and rare things and stuff like that. So it's when the Gripen popped up, it was like, ooh, I'm not going to be able to get one of those for a while. And knowing it didn't have a gun, I'm like, I don't care. I still want a Gripen. So that was what I started researching. And the more I thought about it and the more I kind of talked about it with some of you guys, it's like, you know what? I mean, I probably will use that MiG. Will I ever use the Gripen? Probably not. Will I test fly it and play around with it and practice like for the real Gripen, the Tech Tree Gripen? That's like was my plan. But the reality is if I get that MiG quick enough, that will be actually pretty useful to me. So again, the MiG is more useful, and what I was getting into is just I keep hearing people like, oh, it doesn't have a gun because of the second pilot, and that's just crazy. Like we weigh no more than like 200 pounds, and I can promise you the gun is not going to be offset by a 200-pound weight. Those guns are heavy and they're big. And yeah, and I was the other thing about trainers, I was saying almost every one of these aircraft, all of them have a 2-seat variant for training, and they all have guns. Like all our planes have guns. Yeah, this I'm gonna fly the C after this, I think, because I want to see again. This thing definitely feels better, especially since, well, I finished one mod at the end. So the only performance mod this plane has is the boosters now, and it just, I think it definitely feels better. Overall, there's not much difference other than kind of the avionics and such, but this thing feels really good. Oh, it's too bad it didn't get two more hard points. 2 more 120Ds would be just awesome. This thing would be a force then. It would rival the Gripen if it could do that. If it had those 2 extra missiles over the Gripen, I think it would kind of put it over the top, even though the Gripen might be a little bit better when it comes to like straight up 1v1 dogfighting. I really think, I can't wait to actually have one so I can say so for real. I do have my chaff and flare now. What am I doing down here? Oh, he's dead. I don't like it. I don't like that either. Hey, what do you know? All right, I'm liking this better. I was in a really bad spot. I was just trying to get what I could there. I probably could have defended better there, but I'm a little first match of the day. All right. The thing feels really good. I can't wait to get it maxed out. I think I'm actually going to fly that more often than I might have expected. Unintended side effect of no Gripen is that it lets you divert to civvy runways. Yeah, there you go. Not to mention, though, they may even be able to, like, do something with them afterwards. God, could you imagine one of those popping up on the civilian market? Now that's something I might consider going in on somebody on. Those things are so expensive to... I can't even imagine what a jet nowadays would cost per hour when we're talking like 10 grand an hour probably. That's insane. So insane. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Very valuable if a clean wing or roll of a trainer. Yep. Less paperwork and admin crap. Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy, especially when you start talking about international. Lots of hoops to jump through, lots of red tape, and if there's any kind of a firearm, it just complicates everything. Even if it has the attachment points that stuff might be able to be attached to it, like all that stuff would have to be removed. It would have to be completely incapable of carrying any weapons, but the fact that it doesn't have a gun, if they're not, it would make it, yeah, a lot easier for them to go around to places. So that could be a legitimate reason why it doesn't have a gun. It could be that some of their training areas just have a lot of airports that they go to a lot. That opens up a lot more options for training. That could be very real, because there's a lot of dense population out there that a lot of our bases don't have to necessarily contend with. A lot of our bases are out in the middle of nowhere, and the training, happens over completely unpopulated areas. That's getting less and less. That's always been a big issue here locally, actually, with Luke Air Force Base, is it used to be way out, and there used to be nothing out here. Nothing but cotton fields and citrus groves as far as the eye could see on your whole drive out to California, like from Phoenix, basically, nothing. Now there are neighborhoods all around the base. And for years, decades, the last bit, pretty much my whole life, I can remember the debate being, oh, the base needs to go. The base needs to move. It's like, fuck you guys. The base has been there way before you. If you want to live there, you better be okay with it, because they're the reason you can, live there. I always loved the sound. I could, like, even now, I was just saying, just this weekend, they had Luke Days. So the Blue Angels were here, the Thunderbirds were here. It's like one of the biggest air shows they have, and they only do it every 2 years, which I forgot about, and I'm pissed because I thought it was this coming weekend, and I'd planned on going. So, yeah, you can imagine my face on Friday after the stream. I went out to run an errand, and it couldn't have been better timing. I walk out, I'm going to the car, and I hear the sound, and I'm like, oh, why are they training? Here they come, and they're tight diamond right over the house. I'm like, oh, I forgot. I was like, but that's it had been so long since I'd seen them. Gorgeous. What's up, mommy? You guys better be hearing the music. With your hands in the air like you don't care. Did we get it too quiet today? Yeah, the music is really quiet, isn't it? I don't know what's up with that. Are you on a... Imagine... Oh, shit. I can't hear that either right now. Imagine hung stories while at J... Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, seriously, could you imagine somebody sitting on the tarmac, and the reason that they've been delayed for the last hour is because they can't... Yeah. That would be crazy. It's pretty cramped compared to most countries, and you don't have the tourism to warrant too many airports. Yeah, yeah. So that probably is a pretty good option. So, hey, Fortune, quick question: are you on PC or mobile? How's the music? Because it's really, really quiet on mobile right now. That is so weird how it varies between mobile and PC so much. I thought it was on the quiet side in my headphones, and I actually turned my headphones up, but bring it up. We'll bring it up a little bit here. Ooh, did I finish something else? Ooh, we finished the F7. Nice. When you hear the call, you got to get it underway. Word up. No, we don't want to order that just yet. Let's save our dinero. Yep, we're working on foldered planes. Let's do it. When you hear the call, you got to get it underway. Word up. That's better. Okay, yeah, I brought it up a little bit. Okay. That is so weird. God. I haven't changed anything since yesterday, and it It just varies every day. I can't